It was a dispiriting day in the year 1814, and the colonies were invaded and attacked with Britain. Both sides would gain prisoners and keep them captive. So on the delegated day, Francis Scott Key made his way over to the British ship which was holding our men. He met up with the British admiral, and he went below deck to tell his men that they could be free and could be released from their chains. When he went back up deck, the British admiral told him there was a slight problem. He said, "Unless you and all your men surrender to British rule, you see that fort over there? Fort McHenry? Yes, it will be extracted from the face of the land." "Well, how are you going to do that?" asked Francis Scott Key. And the British admiral said, "Look out on the horizon. Do you see those little dots?" And Francis Scott Key looked, and there were hundreds of little dots. And the admiral said, "Those little dots are British ships ready to set fire at Fort McHenry. And you see that flag up there on the rampart? We told them that the minute that they lower that flag, we will know that they are in British rule, and we will cease to fire." "Well, why would you do that?" asked Francis Scott Key. "That's not even a military fort, and it's embowered with women and children." "Oh, don't worry," said the British admiral. "We left them a way out." As the night drew near, the British set fire to the night that was completely dark, was entirely lit, and every time a bomb would hit near the flag, it lit up, and it gave proof that our flag was still there. A couple hours later, the British admiral said, "I can't believe they haven't surrendered yet. They are surely going to lose." And Francis Scott Key replied to him with a George Washington quote, which says, "What sets the American Christian apart from the rest of the world is that we will die on our feet before we will live on our knees." And after this, the British admiral said, "Well, we don't understand. That flag has been hit directly several times, and yet it is still standing. We have now commanded all our men to fire directly at that flag until it falls." And in the middle of this moment, all Francis Scott Key could hear was, "God, please let our flag keep standing." As the dawn drew near, there was a haze across the land, and there stood the flag, completely in shreds. And Francis Scott Key made his way over to see what had happened, and what he saw was that the flag and pole had suffered many redundant blows, and men and fathers, just like the men in our war today, who knew what it meant for that flag to be on the ground, but they held it up proudly until they died and others took their place. And after this, Francis Scott Key wrote, "Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we held. Oh, say can you see..." And the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave, or the land of the free and the home of the brave? God bless America. Woo!